Hey guys, welcome back to the AMA Room. We're a group dedicated to give you quality Ask Me Anything sessions about interesting people and projects in the blockchain industry. I'm your host, CryptoPatSu. So for this episode, it's going to be very exciting as I have here Spherium Finance with their Deputy CEO, Aanchal Thakur, and COO, Sash, Jeetun. So I have here with me Spherium Finance. I have the Deputy CEO, Aanchal Thakur, and COO, Sash, Jeetun.
Hi.
Hey.
How are you guys today?
All good, all good. Very hot in London right now, so getting warmer. Yeah,
It's all good. Very
Okay.
nice indeed.
That's good. I'm so excited for you guys to be here and to get to know Spherium. Let me start with Aanchal. Please introduce yourself and give us a little bit of a background.
I'm Aanchal. I'm Deputy CEO at Spherium Finance. So my background has been, I've been in the IT industry for over 13 years now. I've worked with multiple MNCs and big organizations and on big projects in the field of basically from the functional side of things. So by qualification, I'm a chartered accountant and an information system auditor. So my expertise lies in the financial domain and in the IT industry as a functional person. In the field. In blockchain, I joined, I started trading with Bitcoin about 4 years back. So started with a Ponzi scheme, to be very frank, got scammed. And that's what really fueled me to learn more and more about the technology behind it, how convenient it is, how good it is. And from Bitcoin, I moved ahead and started learning more and more about what this technology can do. And in the last 4 years, I've been working with multiple projects in different capacities, working on the strategy, on the finance, on the compliances and different aspects of the projects. With Spherium, basically, the reason for joining this space of DeFi was especially because I believe so much in that blockchain can really bring a sea change in the finance domain, and DeFi is something which can really make a lot of change in this world by removing the middlemen and making the process much more convenient for the users, convenient and more global. So at Spherium, we are actually planning to do the same.
Hi all. I'm Sash, CEO at Spherium Labs and Spherium Finance. I've been in blockchain since 2014, to be honest, so quite a while. I read my, the first white paper, which was a Bitcoin white paper, and since then I was amazed by the technology behind it. But also I knew that this was going to change the financial industry, and that's where I stuck behind it. So I was a partial investor, trader, not much. I enjoy watching it trading and stuff, but I just don't have time to do that myself. So I've invested in several startups, and I also advise several startups. I work a lot with other funds as well. So I've worked, since 2014 in several funds, work with them with fundraise and stuff, and then startups, etc. And then the reason for me to be here in Spherium Finance is the same problem what Aanchal mentioned. You feel like sometimes the financial world is very exclusive to certain people, and DeFi has the potential to change that. It will give everyone the same opportunity. If that means portfolio management side or investment opportunities or access, we don't want to have a situation in this current world where we talk about equality, but financial equality is not available to everyone. Okay, and so this is where the main ambition comes from for me to build this.
Thank you so much for sharing those brief background about yourselves. Interesting to know that almost everyone started with Bitcoin, right? Going to Spherium Finance, and you guys want to share what Spherium Finance does and what your vision is for the product.
Spherium Finance is mobile first of all. So the vision behind building Spherium is that we want to bring DeFi to the masses. We want it to bring it to people who are not in the space of blockchain, or who find it very difficult to use DeFi because of the segregated and fragmented nature of DeFi that we see right now. There is no one platform. It's not convenient. Everything is on desktop, and so it's not in your pocket.
Right.
So what we are building is we are building a mobile first cross-chain platform in the DeFi space, which will actually help the users to get better returns on their investments on their crypto assets by giving them options to lend, borrow, stake, swap in the same platform. And we are bringing it on the desktop as well as mobile, so that it is there, so you get DeFi in your pockets, to be very frank. So we are the first platform which is actually going behind such a huge space of bringing all the products together and making it available to all the users.
A lot of goals for having that in one project, and especially you wanted to make it more accessible by doing mobile first. How long did you guys develop Spherium?
So we started back in April 2020. Actually, I was part of a advisory startup. So we were, advising other startups and stuff, incubating them, supporting them in strategy and management. And that's where we did our in-house research about the current market of DeFi space. We found a huge gap, and we started kind of like working on the idea. And we came to the conclusion that this market needs a solution. This current solution we're talking about, is just not sufficient. Everyone is bringing the first basic idea, but putting them together was like our main, research conclusion. So what we did is we built a team around it, and in June, and then we started writing our white paper. Then we started building. So we hired, so many Solidity developers and etc. Researchers and everything. And we've been building for the last 8 months, to be honest.
Considering other projects in the space, 8 months is not such a long time. Would you say you guys are already confident on what Spherium can do by the time it launches in the space?
Actually, the product MVP is almost 90% completed, and at the launch we are going to launch with the desktop application, which will have Binance Smart Chain and Ethereum both. So we already have a product which is there, which you can test. So we are going to bring it for the users for beta testing. We are going to launch a mobile application after that, within after a few weeks itself. So in our roadmap, if you see, we start with the desktop application for beta testing, then we bring in the mobile application. We are also going to bring in the layer 2 solution for Ethereum. So because we are actually trying to solve all the issues that we see in DeFi space right now. So Uniswap is there, it's quite good, but it is very costly to trade on Ethereum blockchain right now. So we are going to build on the layer 2 solution using ZK rollups and ZK sync. We have identified Polygon to be one of the partners where we want to actually work on build on the layer 2 solution, that Polygon, which was previously Matic. We want to build on it. So what we are going to bring in after the launch in the next 3 months or in the next 1 or 2 quarters will actually make it very easy for the users, because it will be mobile, it will be available on mobile, and also it will be on layer 2 solution. So Binance Smart Chain is already scalable, it's already cheap, and then with the cross chain built on Matic, it will again become very cheap and very cost effective for users to use the platform.
Going back to the industry, who would you say is your main competitor, and how would you be unique from them?
I would say right now, technically, in terms of exact product, what we are building, we don't have a direct competitor. What we do have is aggregator competitor. So Frontier Wallet has something similar. However, they don't own any of those products. They're not building them. They depend so much on already built technologies, and they work only with them like that. So we, we are doing this everything ourselves. Remember, we're just putting stack by stack. So Swap is our first stack of if you think about it like a Lego block, right? So Swap is the first one, and then we have our lending, then we will have other apps, dApps, sorry, and then so it will keep going on like that. I would say Frontier is one of our closest competitor, but again, I wouldn't classify them as competitor at this time.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Why is it called Hyperswap?
I don't know if you know. There's a big tree in California, one of the biggest tree in the world. I think it's around 400 feet high, biggest tree in the world. It's called Hyperion. Yeah. So we named it in honor of that. We were like, you know what, we need to find a name that's just not our brand everywhere. You can't have sphere, everything, right? And we were like, because we are so conscious about everything, including environment and and technology and stuff, we named it in honor of that tree, really.
That's a cool fact.
There are more aspects to the swap. So it's not just that we are building the AMM as a fork of any other platform right now. We are adding new features as well. So when we call hyper, it is going to be much better as compared to the current AMM solutions.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Exactly.
we are rewarding the traders as well. We are actually solving the problem of price slippage. If you see last night, few hours back, the price of Bitcoin dropped by about 20% in a matter of seconds, and that slippage, and it then bounced back also very quickly, and it resulted in a loss of 7.6 billion to the traders. So that happened because most of the traders got liquidated.
Right.
This kind of problem of such hollow candles is what we are trying to solve by creating. By delaying the process. The fall, such kind of fall, will be delayed by 5 minutes so that the price stabilizes and people don't get liquidated by hollow candles. So we are trying to sort out few issues which are there in the space of AMM as well. So our AMM is going to be better and hyper. That when we say hyper, for the technical team from the product side of things, we see that we are trying to create a better AMM solution.
I see now. Going to your other products, Hyperswap will be the first to be launched, correct? And after that, what's the next one?
First, as I told you, we are going to bring it on mobile as well.
Right.
Then we are going to build it on the layer 2 solution. And then the next product is Hypercomp or SphereComp. We might name it anyway. So the comp will be basically lending and borrowing protocol. So, and we are going to launch staking as well. In staking, actually, we wanted to launch staking a little earlier, but we are trying to find a solution for impermanent loss right now. We have found some kind of ideas about how we can do it, but then we want to perfect it before we launch in the market. So because when people go in for staking, they normally prefer to get returns, and then because of the price movements, there is an impermanent loss which every trader might have experienced. So we are trying to solve that issue of impermanent loss as well before we bring in the staking solution.
Got it. I also want to talk about the team right now. How big is your team, and is everybody dispersed all over the globe?
Absolutely. So we have a headcount of 26 people right now. That's not including our contractors, the other teams that help us, on the sideline. But if we did a total headcount, everyone involved in our project, it could be above 50 right now. But just our main team, our in-house team is 26 people right now.
That's a lot of people for a new project.
Absolutely, and you can imagine. So we've been self-funded for the last 8 months, 9 months now, managing that team, supporting everything in terms of development and cost. That shows how much we are devoted. And I think one more thing, when we release our tokenomics at some point, users need to also understand that we are strongly vested in this. We're not touching any of our allocation early. And that makes us, that shows how much we have confidence in this project, actually.
How long is the team vested for?
So we are actually vested for more than 2 years after the token launch as well. So team tokens are locked for 26 months after the token launch. So, and not just that, even our foundation tokens are vested for more than 4 years.
Wow.
So our vesting periods are really long, even for the investors. None of them. So if you see the recent projects, they have vesting schedules, which where the investors get all their tokens in 6 months, eight
Right.
months, 9 months. Our investors are also vested for minimum 12 months and up to 18 months. So our investors are also here for, because this is not a small product that we are building. Our
Right.
development continues. Our roadmap right now, we already have a roadmap for the next 18 months. So we know what we are going to build in these 18 months and the kind of development that we are going to do. So it's not a short-term project, it's a long-term value creation. We like to call ourselves decentralized Binance because of the ecosystem that we are trying to build around the space of trading and everything. So, I mean, we are quite long-vested, really. Yeah.
It seems so. So I guess you really want to like filter out those who don't believe in the products, because some people just really want like quick investments, quick turnaround, quick earnings.
All the good projects that you see who have sustained a top 100 projects or top 200 projects who have been able to sustain for a longer period of time, there are always bear and bull markets which are going to come in. In this bull market, everyone is actually buying anything and they're earning returns. But
Right.
only the good projects are the ones which sustain for a period of years, and then they are able to give value to investors as well as to the people who are using the platform. So we
Right.
want to be one of the projects which really stays in the market for a very long term, which really creates a product which is useful not just to the retail investors, but also we have a focus on institutional adoption. So we want the institutions also to start entering the space of DeFi, because right now the trend is that people are just coming into the space of DeFi for quick money, for
Right.
quick turnout, but not the real value of the space is being explored by any of the institutions. Or I mean, if you see, Bitcoin has also gained a lot more value by when the institutions came in and started adopting. With the retail investors, it is always going to be pump, dump, and all these things. We don't want Spherium to be a project where people come in for a short term gains,
Yeah.
dump the token and go away. We are going to do everything to ensure that people stay invested for a long term.
The main target is for them to use our ecosystem, to start using this. Using them will make that adoption, the global adoption more faster. And this is where we're targeting. What Aanchal said is perfectly right. If you just focus on getting growth, but rather not, you forget about the user
Yeah.
usability and stuff, and it becomes quite a difficult choice, and you might forget that, and you will just focus about your pocket returns and stuff. But what we want to do is, think about the bigger, longer picture, the bigger game, really. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very important. Yeah, I can see how much this product, the whole Spherium finance would impact the whole DeFi space, and it's something that has to be seen in a bigger picture, as you said, because it's not just a small project that has one goal. You want to make DeFi more accessible and really more balanced and stuff like that. What do you think is like the main value that you want to contribute to the whole DeFi space? Because there's so many products that want to contribute to the DeFi industry. How do you want to be seen as, especially for those who are getting into the space for the first time through you?
We want to be remembered first, for being user friendly, accessible to all, not just expert users or established users, but we also want to be easy for the basic layman. For example, you just downloaded an app, you're like trying to figure out how to use MetaMask and how to connect that with Uniswap. It's so complex. If you are a basic user, you might take a week or so just to search on YouTube and stuff how to get on.
Right.
And that also requires you to have some technical knowledge. Otherwise, I don't think you will be able to do it immediately. And we want to be that kind of platform where we just not educate the users easily to be able to do those transactions, but simplify that route. And we will be the first, to bring all of this in one place, also in a mobile app at some stage, which we are working very hard towards. This is the main target.
You guys, this is the best way to get to know Aanchal and Sash. from Spherium. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Aanchal, what's your favorite
Oh,
movie?
it's Indian. Hum Aapke Hain Kaun?
Oh, I haven't seen that. Thanks. How about you, Sash?
I would say Inception. It's a very complex movie. You need to watch it like 3, 4 times to be able to understand the whole idea of it.
I watched it 3 times and I still don't understand it fully. Coffee or tea, Aanchal?
None.
Wow.
I don't take any caffeine.
I'm the opposite. I'm such an addict. So I would say tea, but honestly, I have around 3 coffees a day and then two to 3 teas a day. So yeah,
You guys are opposite. Okay. Favorite sport?
Cricket. In
Cricket.
India, it's always
Yeah,
cricket. Yeah.
How about you, Sash?
Formula One.
Nice. We have a game later.
Your greatest fear?
Greatest fear is right now it is Corona. India
That's
is
legit.
actually suffering a lot because of this disease. I really hope it goes away soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you guys are all working from home, correct?
Yes. We've all created, I think, home offices now.
How about you, Sash?
Greatest fear, maybe animal, snake. Yeah, that's it. Nothing else. Nothing else scares me.
Okay, Aanchal, if you could have a holiday anywhere today, where would you want to go?
Singapore, we've registered our company there. I really want to take my family over there again. We have been to Singapore earlier, but really we want to go back, stay there for a while.
I want to go
Nice.
to Madagascar. I want to go on a holiday there. I want to see the wildness of it. I love wild holiday. I really don't like the basic beach and sun kind of holidays. I prefer something adventurous. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so going to the more adventurous questions. If you were an animal, Aanchal, which one would you want to be?
Never thought about it actually. I would like to be a lion. Yeah,
Wow. Fierce.
at least. I mean, if you want to, I mean, at least be the king if you are given a chance.
Right. How about you, Sash?
The wild horse, being able to do anything you want.
Nice. I've always wanted to be a bird.
No, flying.
Yeah, flying. I wanted to try, but I'm scared. To Aanchal, what's your favorite Indian dish?
Rajma chawal. It's
Oh.
with cheese. Yeah, chickpeas. Rajma chawal. You should try that.
I should.
It's so hard to look at Indian menus because the titles are all in Hindi, so sometimes they don't have the English definition of what's inside. So
That is actually a problem. But yeah, it's a normal household dish that we cook, and so I've had food outside. I've never, I mean, liked it as much as what we can cook at home.
yeah, home cooked meals in India are the best. How about you, Sash?
I come from Mauritius, so we have a fusion cuisine. So we're very inspired from Asian, French,
mix.
Indian, everything. So my favorite dish is actually Chinese dumplings. I'm a huge fan of dumplings. It's so much so that I've learned how to make it myself now.
Really? Is it easy?
Wow.
It looks hard
It's
to make.
like, yeah, I spent like 6 months going to Hilton in Mauritius when I was 18, 19. My dad sent me to learn something, to learn culinary arts, and I learned how to make dumplings there.
I wanted to try that, but maybe in the future. If you had to do one, which would it be? Bungee jumping or skydiving?
For me, it will be skydiving. I'm scared of heights, so I really want to do it.
Exciting. How about you, Sash?
Same skydiving. It's an amazing thrill. I really want to do that actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, no takers for bungee jumping here. Okay, last question. If you had a time machine, where would you want to go?
I really would want to go to the period before 1900s or something. So I would really want to see how the world was when we did not have internet, when the life was slower.
That'd be interesting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I could, I would probably go back Jurassic period, just to see that. I'm a huge fan of Jurassic stuff.
Dinosaur?
Yes, yes, I would have liked to see that.
That'd be scary to see. So that's it for the flash questions. Now let's go back to Spherium. Yeah, I did actually have a look at your website and all, and it looks very promising. But how would you manage the expectations of your users when it comes to applications and other products or features that you're planning to release? Because not all can execute it well. That like a lot of projects have a lot of goals, like they have a lot of ambition, but then when it comes to execution time, most of the time community gets disappointed by small things and stuff. So how are you going to handle that?
Let me answer that. I mean, we started with this bigger team initially itself because we wanted to know what can be done by whom. So we didn't start with one or two team members or on building one product. We really are very agile when you call in product development. We keep on experimenting, we keep on changing a lot of things depending upon where the market is going. So if you see right now, our product roadmap has Binance Smart Chain and Ethereum Polygon built on Polygon, which is in any case right now. If you see on Ethereum, Polygon is the most used blockchain on, and Binance Smart Chain has a huge user base right now, but
Yeah.
it is little centralized. So people who like centralized environment can go to Binance Smart Chain. Who don't prefer it can use Ethereum and Polygon. Expectation for us is that we really want to, we have in our team UI UX developers, we have in our team front end developers, we already have, and these are all in house. We are not bringing contractors to do such things. We are getting one person just to focus on making the steps easier. Like we want to replace banks. Banks are very simple right now. Your mobile banking is very simple. Everyone is able to use it. You don't have to go and teach or educate people how to use mobile banking. So for the millennials, for the people who are very used to using mobile, we want them to be become used to using Spherium. We are making the process as simple as possible. Right now, initially, people might see that it is not very different, but we are continuously improving the product. We are making it as simple as possible. When we get on our developer calls, my focus is mostly to tell, so our CPU Ceph, when we discuss about how to make the user interface look better, how we can give them a dashboard where everything can be seen at one place, whether it is for staking, whether it's for lending, whether you are keeping some funds in the liquidity pool. You should be able to see everything at one place, whether it is on Binance Smart Chain or Ethereum or any other blockchain that we bring in future. People should be able to see everything in a simple user interface, and that is the focus area for us. That's the reason we are mobile first, because we know that 80% of the users are on mobile right now, and that a space has not been explored by any of the projects right now. Most of the
Correct.
projects come on desktop. They
Right.
focus on mobile at a later stage when they already have users who are used to using desktop. We want to bring the users at a space where they're comfortable, where it becomes very easy for them, and the user interface is something we are working very hard to improve upon. Like for lending, when we use Compound or when we use Aave or any other protocol, it's very complicated.
Right.
Right now it's very complicated. You can lose your funds. You can I mean, you don't know how much interest you are being charged. But
Yeah.
if you go to certain protocols which are centralized, it's very easy to use. So we want to mix that, the simplicity of a simple centralized platform and the convenience of a decentralized platform. We are trying to bring that together. So the expectation of the users from us, I'm not sure what they are expecting, but from us, from ourselves, from our team's perspective, we want to make a product which is as easy to use for the users, which has
Mhm.
everything that they might need, and they need only one token for all the protocols. So this is something unique which you won't find in any other product. If
Mhm.
you go to Swap on Uniswap or PancakeSwap, you need to have their own native
Yeah,
tokens. Then
that's
for
true.
lending, you need some other token. We are going to have one token for our platform, which they can use in every product, which is going to be there on the product, on the project,
Mhm.
on the platform. So we want to make it as easy for the users, and then we are hoping that if we make a good product which is very safe, secure, gives them better returns, everything at one place is available on mobile and desktop, users will come for the convenience that we offer.
Right.
Right. Would the users need to have to deposit their own assets to your wallet, or can they just connect it to their own?
So they can connect all the wallets. So we are going to integrate with all the Web3 wallets and all the Trust Swap. So all those wallets, we are going to provide them and way. Our wallet solution will be a non-custodial solution. Our
Wow.
applications will be non-custodial as well. So
Nice.
we don't want to go against the DeFi concepts. We are not storing any assets on our platform, but we are going to give them a platform which is well, when I say centralized, that I meant the benefit of having centralized Binance Smart Chain. The benefits that you get from the centralization are from the Binance Smart Chain, which is scalable and fast.
Right.
And then they get a platform where they can use their assets, which they have stored on different wallets on
Hmm.
the platform for all the facilities that DeFi can offer.
Got it. Also, you've already mentioned your token. I would want to know more about it.
So our one token will be available to be used on different for the different users. Like if you see the AMM for paying through our token, the fees will be reduced. The same token can be used for staking, and the returns will be higher in liquidity pool, as well as in staking platform. When that will be launched, the returns will be higher. Also, the same token will be used for lending and borrowing as well. So most of the uses that you see, so if you own a uni token, you can actually get benefits more on Uniswap, not on any other platform. If you own a comp token, you can get benefit on comp platform
Right.
compound.
Right.
But for us, the benefit that we offer is that if you own the token for which is native to Spherium platform, you can use it for lending, borrowing, for staking, on your mobile application, for a swap,
Right.
and you can use it to pay the fees. Just like I mentioned already that like Binance has their own native token as BNB, which has
Mhm.
huge utility in everything that
Right.
they're providing on their platform. Similar way, you can do it, and this is a decentralized platform.
Yeah.
So the benefit is of decentralization. We are bringing for the whole ecosystem. You need one token.
That's
Yeah,
great.
yeah, absolutely. And I want to add, the main target here is to also bring growth to the user by simplifying this process. You know, this utility token we have will obviously grow because of all this, and the more underlying assets are locked into our ecosystem, such as if our lending product has, let's say, 1 billion valuation value locked at
Mhm.
some stage. That means our utility token as well will grow, slowly as well, which makes our project very much exciting. So it's not just people who lend and borrow that will benefit from it, but also the people who are using it as a store value to transfer, to swap and stuff. So all of this will grow for them as well. So yeah, this is something very, very exciting.
Yeah, very very simple as well. Just have one token and that's it. What are the major upcoming developments in for the rest of the year that we should all watch out for?
We are going to close our fundraise very soon. You'll hear about it very soon in the mainstream media. We are closing our fundraise. We have some launch plans. We have some exchanges which we are discussing with. On the product front, we are launching. We're going to launch our swap or AMM solution on desktop for beta testing by the users in the next 6 weeks or so. So
Okay.
users will be able to see the platform on desktop. Within the next quarter, we'll launch our mobile application, and layer 2 solution on Polygon will be launched as well. So next one quarter, the next quarter, second quarter after the launch, we will have our lending protocol and staking protocol also launched. So we have a lot of things planned for next 6 to 8 months, which we are sure of. We are also very open to changes. That's why we are mentioning the quarters and not a particular
Right.
month. We might think about bringing something more which is more useful for the users. Like
Correct.
NFT is right now growing at a very fast pace. So it is
Yeah.
possible that if NFT becomes more and more useful, we might even bring in a solution for the users to use NFT on our platform or to buy or sell NFTs. So it's something that we have not decided yet, but it is something that we have kept our ears and eyes open, very much open to changes. And as the market grows, we want to actually grow with the market and bring more and more users to the platform. Also, we have a plan to during the year in quarter 4 to bring in an on-chain KYC solution. So what we have planned is that when the retail users have already tested the platform and we can show that the platform is working well, then we want to bring in institutional adoption. We want the institution also to start using Spherium, and we have already started some discussions on that front as well. So we are expecting that some institutions might also join in 2021, hopefully.
Anything you want to add to that, Sash?
I think Achal simplified it very well. Yeah, she mentioned clearly what we are doing. For me, I would say our launch in terms of our mobile application, it will be the biggest event, for this year. And
Clearly.
then hopefully next year, in bringing the institutional users and stuff, that will bring huge liquidity and also opportunities for everyone. Yeah.
Cool. Anything you want to say to your community, and also would the community have any role in the whole development?
Yeah, absolutely. We want to tell our communities, our early backers, to please believe in us and support us. Do your best to share, to speak about us.
Yeah.
Why? Because when you grow as well. And our first backers are like the main base of our where we build on. So we need them to kind of like support us and share with their family, friends, and everything as much as they possibly can, and that will help us grow faster. And we will also announce some surprise drops at some stage. We don't want to mention, we don't want to say anything right now. It's just we want to see the growth user first, and then we will say that.
So when we launch the platform, we really want the users to participate in the beta testing, to use the platform initially as well. So
Is it
they
going
play
to
a
be
very
open for public, the beta testing?
yeah, beta testing will be available for public.
Cool.
They will have to pass through the first process. They have to register and then they'll go ahead and test the platform. But yeah, we'll open it to general public. They'll be able to use the platform. We really want the product to be tested, tried and tested
Right.
quite a lot before we launch it on mobile, because we really want the product to be as stable as possible. So
Yeah.
because we are not building just one product, so once we launch our AMM, after that we have to add on the other layers as well. So we want first product to be tested, then mobile to be launched, then after that we want to launch the lending protocol. So because the um, USPs that we are targeting is that we want to use same liquidity. We are going to give them a bucket where they can put in liquidity, and that can be used for AMM and stake and for lending both. And these are unique features which are not available in the market right
Right.
now. So we really want the product to be as stable as possible. So the users have to play a very important role. We are going to have all those campaigns when we launch. They are going to we'll do the whitelisting, public round will be there, everything which is standard. But as far as the product goes, we really want them to be very much involved in the product development as well by providing their feedback, and we are very open to every kind of feedback. If they say that we need to improve on something, we will work on it. So we really hope that the users will come in and really help us in building a better product.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're going to attract a lot of important input from the community. You're launching both simultaneously on Ethereum and BSC, correct?
Oh,
Yes.
okay, good.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to have last few words?
I would say, in the coming days, we get a lot of questions about when are you guys closing your rounds or what's happening. You guys are very quiet. The reason we're very quiet is we had a huge response in terms of our, private and seed round. And so we are putting a lid on that right now. And we will give you an update as soon as we can. And that's as soon as we can. I keep telling that word, but now it's going to be probably next week. Hopefully we'll be able to put a wrap on that and give you more details, and then the exciting part begins.
Everybody's waiting for that. How about you, Anchal? Do you want to add anything?
I would really like to tell our community and the people who might watch this AMA is that we are very open team to approach to. So please come to our channels, reach out to us. We are very open to every kind of feedback, whether positive or negative. We really want to build a product which is for the community, for the people, and we want not just people who are, I mean, technically very sound. We really want the new users to join in the space of DeFi. We want regulators to see the space of DeFi positively by
Right.
bringing in KYC and all the solutions which are required. We want to be as compliant as possible. Any kind of feedback or reviews that they might do, please reach out to us. We are very open to changes, and it is taking us time to come to market because we want to be sure before we launch the
Of course.
product. We are getting our contracts audited. We don't want to bring a half baked product to market for the users to test, and then we are not a anonymous team. We are all available on, we are, you can see who are there in the project on our website, on our telegram channels, on all the channels. So do follow us. We are going to continuously give updates on where we are, and the update will be more often now because we are at a stage where we are going to come to the market. So we want to keep it as open as possible. So when we move to decentralization, we move towards more transparency. So this project is going to be as transparent as possible on what we are trying to do, and our focus is bringing more usability to the space of DeFi.
Are you guys still looking for partners for the product partners?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we are open to that. So anyone that feels their product will improve our current situation, feel free to reach out to us, and we will discuss. We will explore opportunities as well. The same applies with developers. If there is amazing developers on different blockchains that are interested to help us to bridge and help us improve our products and access to those bridge which we plan to do. So please reach out to us. We are always looking for talents to join the team. So there's always opportunities. Yeah.
Right, that's perfect. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for sharing all about Spherium. I really did enjoy our chat. Learned so much about the DeFi space as well. It's always a learning opportunity for me every time I have guests. Thank you, Aanchal. Thank you, Sash.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. Thanks for
Have a
having
nice
us here.
So that's it for today's episode, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I want to thank Aanchal and Sash again for joining me in this episode today. I had so much fun chatting with them about DeFi. And if you haven't followed them on Twitter yet, I'm inviting you to follow them and to join them on their Telegram groups, as they will be sharing a lot of big news over there. And if you haven't joined us too, our Telegram group is still holding a lot of chat AMAs. If you do want to see more of these projects, we are having them every day, you guys. You should head over there, join us, and you might win some prizes. And speaking of prizes, we are giving away $20 for the top 5 shares of this video. You have to watch out for complete details and instructions in our Telegram and Twitter announcements. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please click subscribe button, like button, and share button if you have friends who are curious about the crypto space. So see you again, guys, in our next episode. Bye.